My friends, Soul Tribe reading. I missed you yesterday. I missed sharing energy with you yesterday. I miss you any day that I don't share energy with you. I just want to take a moment for all of you who have left me beautiful comments. You're very supportive. I'm not sure if you Soul Tribe members are experiencing a lot of ego right now, but I know I am. Ever since the 8-8 portal, I found that my ego is like really testing me. And I know a few other people who are going through similar tests. I'm also seeing something, specifically about like comment sections and like lower vibrational energy really trying to push people's buttons, I hate to use the bully word, but like cyberbullying. There's this person that I follow on TikTok, or at least I'm actually not sure if I followed him before what happened to him is happening. But somebody released personal pictures or videos of him, and now he's like being cyberbullied, like big time. And he's like in a really dark place, and that's exactly what I've been talking about in some of my Soul Tribe readings, is this energy of this like lower vibrational energy trying to take others down, making like unnecessary comments. And they mentioned Elise Myers. Now, back when Elise Myers was on social media, I was actually too threatened by her authentic energy. I found it very, I wanted to be like her. It was almost like a jealousy. Like, how could she just so simply be herself and get so much attention? And it's because, I wanted to be my authentic self. Again, I'm being vulnerable with you guys. I'm not telling you this so that you can judge me. I no longer feel that way about Elise Myers, but then when this happened with this person, somebody said, oh yeah, that's what happened with Elise Myers. And I looked up Elise Myers because I had never followed Elise Myers. And she was basically bullied off the internet. And from what I understand, when she went to a private platform, people told her that she was doing it for clout. She was just trying to get away from the hate, the trolls. Anyway, it's a scary place out there, so please take care of yourself. There are, really mean people out there. And again, I said it in a reading the other day, like imagine if those people would just stop making those comments. Hate breeds hate. Negativity breeds negativity. And from what I know, like it's not just an isolated event. It happens all the time, everywhere, to lots of people. Anyway, it's gross. So, funny story. I'm wearing a retainer. And the minute I put it in and I sent a video to my friend, I had the biggest lisp. And she is spiritual. So I told her, I'm like, this is why I've been getting comments about my lisp that I don't have, is because Spirit, I know that sounds crazy, but Spirit was trying to get me to develop a thick skin before I actually had a lisp, because now I have a little bit of a lisp. But I'm not going to take it out just to do readings, because I'm trying to, I'm trying to be in alignment. But it made me think of when I was younger. I got glasses, and I was so afraid of people bullying me and the comments people would make. I was terrified to wear them. And I can remember I had this really weird moment where I was terrified to wear them, and I was in my class and I put them on, and of course everyone was like, oh, four eyes. And a person that I thought was like, I think he was just misunderstood, but a person that I thought was going to bully me walked by the classroom, and he looked in and he said, those look really good on you, those glasses. And he then got glasses, so maybe he knew he was getting glasses. Anyway, just that one interaction with that person made me it's just, I don't know what my point is. My point is that I didn't come do readings yesterday because I had this in and I felt really self-conscious about it. And I'm very proud of myself that I can just come on here and flaunt my lisp and not care because Spirit prepared me for it. With those lisp comments, I'm not even kidding. I was wondering, like, and people would say, but you don't have a lisp. It's like, I know, but now I do. So very interesting. The other day I was doing a reading where I pointed out birds. I was looking at these birds in multiple cards and how they were shifting. And I said, are those swallows? Swallows could be symbolic. Now we have the swallow card. So I know I'm not finishing any of my sentences, which is normal for me. But this deck was given to me by one of my new friends, and yesterday when I tried to connect with it, I couldn't connect with it. There was too much going on around me, and I specifically said to my partner, I'm going to put this deck away and look at it with my soul tribe, which is what I really like to do with my new decks. So that's what we're going to do. It's the Oracle of the Birds. Like I said, we have Swallow on the bottom right away. I have shuffled the deck and everything. So let's see what that's about. And I wanted to show you something else, which is, I don't know if anybody else, I mean, if you are spiritual and you are into crystals, then at one point you must have been into rock collecting. You must have collected rocks at some point in your life. And now, you know, we just collect the shinier ones. You know, we just collect the shinier ones. But I am someone who always collected rocks, like actual rocks, pebbles. But my favorite are beach stones. So whenever I go to the beach, there's a reader that I listen to that says, you know, you should leave some of that stuff for the universe. Don't take everything you see. So I'm very particular about what I take from the beach. I know that sounds weird to some people, but, you don't want to take the beauty away from the beach, you know? If we all took like hundreds of rocks away from the beach, there would be nothing left. So that's what I mean. Be mindful. So I took 3. But there's something about beach rocks that have always really, I don't know if it's the energy that I like about them, but it's just the image that at one point they were jaded and they were hard and they were pointy and over, like when you think about the tide coming in and out, in and out, in and out, those waves, that conflict, over time, you know, the rock becomes so smooth and almost perfect. Like, have you ever seen a perfect rock? Because, I mean, that's about as close as you're going to get. I collect beach rocks, beach stones. And that's what I mean. It's so soft from all the growth and storms and turbulence it's been through. Does that make sense? I think we're just all beautiful beach stones, and I think I'm a hippie, and that's okay. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys my rocks. Do you know that penguins give each other rocks as a symbol of love? Did you know that? And penguins can be symbolic of soulmates or, you know, Emperor and Empress energy. Anyway, I know I keep showing you this. So that's one of them. And then the other one I found, I have a bunch, not from that journey. I only took 3 this journey. I found that one. Aren't they just, there's something about them. And I like the energy in them. I carried these around in my pocket for days before I took them out of my pocket. And then just this one, I mean, there's nothing special about it, but its energy spoke to me. I know it sounds cosmical. It's because it is. It's more fun to be cosmical than negative and naysayery, in my opinion. So swallow. I have to wear this retainer. Information that you don't need to know. 22 hours a day. So that's what I mean. I can't just take it out to do my readings. And I've come to a point in my life where I don't care what people think. I'll even show you my glasses. Hang on. Glasses. I got glasses in my 20s, and again, I was too afraid to wear them, so I never wore them. I'm actually going to take them off right now because I'm having a hard time seeing because of the sun and the reflections. It's easier for me without them right now. But yeah, I got glasses. I'm trying to be in alignment. I'm trying to make healthier choices. I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to work out. It's important. The book is upside down again. Do you know how many times I do that? I'm telling you. Timeline shift. I'll be very honest. Yesterday I had a test that I did not do well with. I had a test where I felt like someone was not a romantic interest. Since I need to clarify. I'm just kidding. Hang on. I'm just shutting the curtain. I had a moment where I felt like I was being, not mistreated, but I felt like I wasn't being respected, or there wasn't respect in the situation. And it had to do with like family. And my friend said, "This is your chance, say something." And I didn't. And I said to my friend, in my family, if you feel any type of way, it's taken as an attack. So if you say, "Hey, I would appreciate it if you, is it possible that you could, do this instead of doing that?" Or I just wanted to let you know that I feel like you're disrespecting me a little right now. It turns into the end of the world. And that is something that I also, I have a flight or fight in me. So that's been something that I've been trying to heal. Running away, shutting a door on a situation so that I don't have to deal with it ever. I've lost friends like that, partners like that. But in that moment, I knew that if I said something, it would cause a huge argument and possibly put a wrench in my vacation plans if I had a fight with this person. So I chose to remain silent to keep the peace. And looking back, I kind of wish I hadn't. I kind of wish I had said, "Hey, this is how I feel. This is how this situation is making me feel. Maybe you're not aware of it. Maybe I could bring attention to it so that we could talk about it." But I didn't. I just said nothing. And I cried in my room to myself. Anyway, I feel like it helps to talk about those things with someone, or out loud to a friend, or even journal about them when those things happen. Because when the reader that I listen to says, if you failed the test, or you missed the test, or you didn't pass the test, that's half the battle. That means you didn't actually fail the test because you saw what the test was. Even though you didn't act in the way you wanted to, you still saw it. And therefore, in a way, you did pass the test, if that makes any sense. Anyway, again, not sure why I'm telling you that, but Spirit told me to. Again, I picked it up upside down again. Never fails, Soul Tribe reading. My Soul Tribe members start messaging. I say it every day. Spiritual guidance. The meaning of the card. The messenger of the upper world flies into your life. Surrender to the grace of your awakened self. Allow yourself to open your heart with the help of the swallow, and to see more deeply in order to open up with flexibility to the new. Allow all parts that have split. Interesting. Allow all soul parts that have split off to come back to you in your earthly essence. Feel supported by your social communities. I do feel supported. I love you guys so much. I really do. I don't care what anybody says. Break new ground together with your soul family. Allow yourself a good network that carries and nourishes you. Your soul power increases now, and you can easily overcome obstacles. And if you're someone who's not on Instagram, and I'm not trying to push Instagram, maybe, what I've noticed? That every time I mention Instagram, No, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. Never mind. Maybe I should stop mentioning Instagram in my readings, though, because I don't think YouTube likes it. I get like little warnings. Anyway, if you're not someone who has joined Instagram and you're looking at the world's last person to join Instagram right here, like I only just recently joined, I found it is a way to connect with like other like-minded individuals, and I've been able to connect with some of my soul tribe through there. You have to understand that, first of all, my poor friend who messages me on Instagram, my poor friends who message me on Instagram, I am horrible at checking my messages on Instagram. I keep forgetting where they are. Like I'll go days without checking them. But it is a way to connect with like-minded individuals, and it could be a way for you to connect with some of the soul tribe, because some of my soul tribe is over on Instagram. So I just thought I'd put that out there in case that's something you were into. I recently connected with a friend on Instagram that I was in touch with last year. You know who you are if you're watching this. I was in touch with you last year and we lost touch because my emails became like, I really struggle with messages. My emails became like too much. And I lost a few of my contacts. So recently I started reconnecting with somebody that I connected with last year, and it's nice to reconnect with them. Again, I don't know what my point is for any of this. It's upside down again! That's gotta be symbolic of something. I'm hearing timeline shift. I am. Anyway, where was I? Magic feathers. Elegant and slender, I fly from a high altitude into your life. My plumage shines a metallic blue-black, and my deeply forked long tail announces me from afar. The fine, creamy white plumage on my chest belly area makes me shine even more beautifully. With me, you can swing yourself up into the air again, full of hope, and skillfully and elegantly survey everything. My lucky feather stands for love and kisses from afar. That's so sweet. More meanings, warning of betrayal, interesting. Bird of the Madonna, sacred bird of the goddess Venus, messenger of spring and good luck, and spring represents new beginnings, renewals, rebirth. A swallow's nest protects the house from fire and lightning. So that could be showing you that you're protected from especially like bad karma. I'm seeing protected from tower moments. Symbol of an emotional bond with home. Growth on all levels is imminent. Yes. So your affirmation, and it's on page 99. Oh my gosh, that's magical. In connection with my high self, I accept the fortunate fates of life and easily forge new paths. I am ready. Dang right we are. Anyway, I sat down to watch videos with my son last night, and he turned on a creator that he likes. And this creator was making fun of spirituality, and it's so funny because immediately, as soon as I'm triggered, I feel like I've failed. Like as soon as I'm triggered, I'm like, oh no, I'm triggered. But the triggers serve a purpose, and this creator was using like the worst examples of toxic spirituality they could find in the depths of the internet. Like it was not good. And they were, talking about how all this masculine, feminine energy bullshit is, I took gender studies and it's not about gender. It's not about gender. Anyway, it did trigger me a little. I cried a little. And, I also talked with my son and I said, this is a good example of misinformation. And I said, there was a lot of misinformation in that video. But it also just made me think, like, this creator, their entire platform is making fun of other people. And it made me wonder, like, do I want to be giving this person my energy? That's, all they do is make fun of other people for their choices and their beliefs. And that's all they do. Anyway, it was also a test for me, I think, because I do feel when you're spiritual, I haven't been spiritual my entire life. That's weird. I'm just getting a notification that I'm posting a pick a card reading right now. Nope, that was days ago, but thanks for those trusty notifications, YouTube. Notify me whenever that person posts, and then you get the notification a week later. I believe that you're meant to get it in divine timing, though. But back to what I was saying is I haven't been spiritual my whole life, but spiritual people have told me, it's an uphill battle. People don't believe in it. There's naysayers, there's tests. Again, when I was in my 20s and I almost, as my aunt wanted me to, find Jesus, I was tested and she told me, that's the devil testing you. And I was so like, oh my gosh, that's too much for me, that I gave it up, not to return to it for another 15 years. But I think there's always going to be those tests. There's always going to be people. I picked it up upside down again. There's always going to be people that have different opinions. Anyway. Flamingo. Inner direction. I also wanted to mention that we had the swan underneath. So you could be a divine counterpart with that swan coming through. Let me just cut that again. Flamingo. Inner direction. Love and truth are sanctuaries of your heart. Kingfisher. So we have canary on the bottom. Joyfulness, positivity. You are a light in this world. Your voice wants to be listened to. If you're looking for a sign, like I feel like every soul tribe reading I've been doing has been take action to sharing your voice and your dream. And here's another one. Your voice deserves to be heard. Join us. Get out here with the rest of us. Beautiful. And having positivity. I'm seeing that bird, like that looks like the Ace of Wands to me, the way that bird is holding onto that wand. And the Ace of Wands represents going for it, taking action towards your creative endeavor. I am so proud of all of you who have said like, oh, I took the leap. I named my business. I started this. I planted some seeds. I'm so proud of you, because that's the hardest part, is taking the steps towards it. I truly believe you, like if you want to write a book, you can write a book. The only person stopping you is you. I know I always say that. And I did trigger people the other day when I was talking about victim mentality, and I'm not going to talk about it right now. But I did trigger people in victim mentality to the point where they then said triggering things in my comment section, which I chose to, take as you were being triggered. Anyway, and I don't expect anyone in that mindset, which is a wounded mindset, to understand the message that I was trying to say that day. Anyway, let's keep going. There were more messages that were, good than bad. So that's what I took. Canary, joyfulness, positivity. The meaning of this card, with its cheerful nature, canary, I almost said carry. Anyway, which is interesting. Canary brings optimism, playfulness, and hope into your life. If you are in a crisis or if your life is out of balance, know that this time will soon be behind you. Take time for the things you like to do, but also for the things you supposedly have to do. In all you do, reflect on the joy and lightness in life. Be courageous and use the power of your voice. I was also hearing, like, sometimes, we do have other things that we need to be working on. Like, when I first started tarot, I wanted to devote all my time and energy into it, and I became burnt out very quickly. Sometimes there's still, muggle things that we need to deal with, is what I'm hearing. With my bright plumage and my cheerful, lively chirping, I light your way and show you How, with the power of your voice, you can change countless lives in the world by mustering the courage to speak up. Your voice carries weight and wants to be heard. I put a smile on your face so that you too can brighten the mood of others in your own way. More meanings, happiness and hope, letting go of the past, expressing inner self, sociability, and gregariousness. Did I just say that right? Gregariousness? I'm super proud if I did. And even if I didn't, I'm still proud of myself for trying. Focus on the positive side of life. I'm hearing always look on the bright side of your life. Is that from As Good as It Gets? Always look on the bright side of your life. Anyway, I see the good in everything and focus on what is important to me. I raise my voice and let my light shine. Beautiful. The sun just went behind a cloud, if you can't tell. Can I tell you guys something? It shocks my partner when I say, like, I sang a line from a song on my YouTube. That shocks him because when I was pregnant, I would sing to the babies in my belly when my partner wasn't at home. But when he was at home, I would not sing. I would never use my voice. Again, I wouldn't be in videos. So, like, ugh. Anyway. I wouldn't even sing to them, like my little babies, because I was too afraid of my own voice and not being good enough to sing to my babies. And looking back, I have regrets about that. I know I shouldn't have, like, we shouldn't live with regrets. I'm sharing my voice now. I sing with them now. We drive in the van and we all sing at the top of our lungs. But anyway, don't be afraid to use your voice. Don't be afraid to sing, I'm hearing. All right, let's go. What do we need to hear? That was only like anyway. We have Kingfisher, which I saw on the shuffle, and the flamingo, magical. I always find it magical when the cards that I was seeing in the shuffle come out. Kingfisher, fortune, looking inside you, find strength and calm. Every person is the architect for their own fortune. Truth. I know I say truth a lot. And then we have Sparrow. What? Create space for the new. A significant new development lies ahead. And that word is conviviality. I don't even know what that word is, so I'm probably not saying it right. So that's interesting. Make room for new. Sparrow. No, Kingfisher first. Kingfisher first. 64, Wheel of Fortune. The meaning of this card: a messenger, not of this world, has been sent into your life to remind you of your higher guidance and beauty, love, and abundance that life holds for you. In order to move on even deeper, Kingfisher asks you to go into stillness, to meditate and find your vision. Only in a state of calm are you able to see clearly. Are you able to connect with your higher self? Kingfisher helps you discover your strength and ignite your fire, your soul spark. He reminds you that you are able to change your environment and conjoint with your higher self. Connect to your true home. Ask yourself, why am I here? What do I want to accomplish? Feather, that was just my thumb. I live in a house full of children, you know? Anytime there's like a toot noise, the accusations. I appear in an iridescent being in turquoise and orange, radiant with light. My plumage announces fortune and prosperity. I illuminate every room and reveal to you where your treasures live. At the same time, I rest with extreme vigilance in my shimmering feathery coat. My feathers serve as your lucky charm and reflect your beauty. Once you have discovered me, I remind you of faithfulness and eternal love. More meanings: lucky messenger, love and peace in turbulent times, connection to the higher self, go into silence and look within, act with deliberation and purpose. I'm getting temperance energy with this too, just because I'm pretty sure this reminds me of the temperance card in the Wild Unknown Tarot, where it's this type of bird and And there's like tears coming down. Illuminate the world with your beauty and charisma. Did I already say that? Anyway. Your affirmation, I take my fortune into my own hands and remain true to myself. Beautiful. And then Sparrow. Sparrow. It's right before, no, it's not right before Swallow. The meaning of this card. Exchange and communication with like-minded people are important now. Keep a balance between sharing knowledge and chit-chat. Sparrow admonishes you. Don't talk things down. Seek conviviality. What is that word? Then I don't know, spreads. Sparrows carry a great driving force and freedom. Freedom from concepts, evaluations, and opinions. Yes, you need this card. We all need this card. Screw what everybody else thinks. Those naysayers, those people with their negative comments, those bully bots. Yeah, let's not give them power. This bird goes with you through the dark night of your soul to create something new with you in clarity and light. Sparrow helps you to free yourself from old burdens. Soon you will feel a deep joy about newly discovered abilities with which you open new doors for yourself. Carry the joyful message of your transformation into the world. Beautiful. Magic feathers. With my ash gray and earthy brown plumage, I turn up nimbly and somewhat unspectacularly. Cheerful, in a sociable group, I make contact and chirp my message to you. Particularly striking are my dark throat feathers. These stand for precise communication. So I just heard, like, maybe you don't think you're anything special, but you are. Like, maybe you feel like you're just, you blend in with the crowd, but you don't. And it's your voice that makes you unique. It's your authentic self that makes you unique. You do stand out from a crowd. The sparrow is the companion of Dagger, the Germanic god of day. Knowledge flows through you from the spiritual realm also. Exchange and contact with like-minded people. We're already doing it. Do not be, whatever that word is, Garrulous. Thank you to anybody who tells me what that is. A driving force kisses you. The sparrow whispers the right words to you. Affirmation. I am ready to walk through the dark night of my soul and make room for the new. My new way of communication is changing my energy field and brings me freedom. Beautiful. So when I used to be on social media, I sound like back in the day when I used to be on social media last year it was the year before that on my autistic TikTok. Anytime somebody made a comment, I would reply. I would sense of justice. I told you guys I'd need to defend myself. I'd need to prove myself. And now I read them. Sometimes they trigger me and then I let them go. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my time responding. It's not worth my energy. Anyway, let's get one more. We have, I need to sneeze. We have feather, message from the spiritual realm. Be assured the light world support you. And yesterday when I was out, I saw some geese. I saw some Canadian geese, and of course I counted them. There was 13, death and rebirth, transformation. And I don't have it in the car. It's still in my van. But there was this beautiful feather on the ground. I didn't get it because I didn't want to scare the geese. So I made my partner get it. But I said, oh, look at that feather. I'd really like that. Anyway, big Canadian goose feather in how sometimes when you find feathers, they're they're not in good condition. This one had just been left there. Anyway, beautiful. It's in my van, so I can't show it to you. But maybe you're seeing feathers. Maybe you're receiving messages. Be assured the light worlds will support you. You know, I regret anybody I gave a hard time about religion my whole life. The jokes I made. It's not like I would go up to them and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you believe in that. But believing in something that most of the world doesn't believe in, test your faith. It does. Feather. We also have red kite. The meaning of this card, it's on page 46 and the other one was 64. 6446. Look it up. Angel number 6446. 1010. The end of cycles, the beginning of a new one, perhaps. Perhaps. Allow yourself to be light as a feather and happily follow your path. As a messenger from the beyond, the feather brings you light even in dark times and symbolically shows you how to rise above all your apparent obstacles. If a feather falls in front of your feet, you can ask yourself what message it holds for you. Do not think about it, trust your first impulses. I, the feather, am a bridge to the divine power, to its grace and its infinite wisdom. At the same time, I connect to this world with other worldly realms. I distribute the blessings of the spiritual realms to all corners of the earth with ease, like snowflakes from old Mother Frost when she shakes out the beds. More meanings. Divine truth is yours. Message from the spiritual world. Sign from a deceased person to you. Reminder of your spiritual home. Sign of the angels that they are with you. I love that. In the Egyptian cult of the dead, the life and deeds of the dead were weighed up with a feather. First, I don't even know how to say that. Icarus. Found freedom through self-made wings, but then he flew too close to the sun. As the saying goes, don't burn your wings. And your affirmation, I rise above all my unconscious beliefs and patterns of actions with the help of divine truth. In lightness and full of bliss, I follow my path. Beautiful. And just, as someone who, if you're thinking about taking a leap of faith towards your spiritual path, I have to tell you, I'm over a year in and I still struggle with my ego. Anyway. Oh, I had a funny comment the other day. They said my lisp was because I had one too many drinks. That was a good one. 15 years sober. That was a good one. I laughed at it. I was like, that's funny. 8-8 on page 8-8. 8-8 portal. The meaning of this card, an acrobatic and large bird of prey flies into your field. With red kite comes the ability to see through the things from above. It also brings serenity. Get an accurate overview before you take action. Be willing to... No, that's not an affirmation. It's nothing. Nothing was there. Be willing to adopt a higher perspective. Allow yourself to consider a situation from different angles. In order to do so, you might fly higher and higher, but always come back to earth, back to the community. That's not an affirmation either. I am an acrobatic aviator. Others can only marvel at my spectacular flights. I am easily recognized by my deeply forked tail and my rust-colored plumage. I am a shaman bird and allow you insight into higher level connections. My widespread wings are like white windows into other worlds and testify to my gift of second sight. Integrate death to truly live. Overcome your limitations. Allow yourself to rest and rest again. Let the old die so the new may emerge. Master of transformation. Remember your self-love. I rise above myself, connecting with the spiritual realm while remaining firmly grounded. while remaining fully grounded on earth was what it said before it cut me off. So yeah. Now, I'm being called to get you moon cards for some weird reason, like out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. So I'm going to go with it. I'm being called to this deck. But I actually want to read the book to you. So let's see what happens here. What do we need to know? A win-win outcome is forecast. New moon in Libra? Full moon in Libra. Full moon in Libra. Libra season coming up. I'm being told to look this up. Let go of that which is falling away. Very important. Things that no longer serve you. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. Anyway, that card just talked about getting a higher perspective in a situation with someone else. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Focus on yourself. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is the great time for a makeover. So, the full moon in partnership, which is on page 80, 888. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests that you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow. Perhaps coming to an end or moving into a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason and sometimes just a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so do not fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There's a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. And then underneath, we have faith in your dreams, which I'm going to read to you because why wouldn't I? It's telling you to have faith in your dreams. Why wouldn't I read that? If I could find it. Maybe it's at the start. Yeah, it is. It's right after a new start is coming. Your affirmation, I am focused on what I want. The additional meanings for this card, I always read these first. Just because you can't see your dreams does not mean that they're not manifesting. And this is the second time that I've noticed the number. I'm just letting the energy release itself there. I could feel it coming up this way. 26 could be symbolic. I don't know what that means to you, but I keep seeing the number 26 in your reading. Just because you can't see your dreams doesn't mean they're not manifesting. Don't look back. Stay focused on moving forward. Be patient as events unfold. Dig a little deeper to find more courage. Don't give up. The situation you're asking about is still taking shape. You're nowhere near the end of the story. Whatever is happening now is just a step along the way. As they say in the self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. However, the waxing crescent moon card is a reminder that you must still keep working towards whatever it is that you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about and allow your higher self to download information to you about your next best step. Overall, this card suggests there's every reason to be hopeful for a very positive outcome to the situation you're asking about. So keep the faith and have faith in your dreams. A win-win outcome is forecast, whatever your dream is. I've seen people, write books, make movies who have made these videos for people saying, I never thought I could do it. You have to believe in your dream in order to achieve it. And that is the truth. I believe that, if I wanted to be, this is a weird one, but if I wanted to be a hairdresser, very random, I have everything within me to make that happen, Anyway, that was a weird, hairdresser was a weird one, but I just wanted to mention it. I thought it was like something simple that you could relate to. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. We have emotions are running high, which I was talking about ego when I started this reading. You could be having a lot of tests right now. Supermoon. There we go. A resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. I feel so singled out. I have to work on my reactions. I do. Intense reactions, you know? Even internally, like even now that I'm really good at not doing it outwardly, or like last night when I was feeling triggered, instead of like, I'm so triggered and like crying, I didn't react like I did. I mulled it over until this morning. I spent like 12 hours thinking about it. Anyway, speak to the goddess, ask her for assistance. It's on page 111. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery moon, the silvery full moon set against a velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. See? Very. When the chances for success are high, the bigger the ego tests, okay? To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's right under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up. But you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. All right, so we'll get you some of these affirmations. Let's see what you need to hear, my friend. Affirmations for you. Never bend your head, always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Helen Keller. And again, I'm hearing that song, always look on the bright side of your life. I will not let anyone scare me out of my full potential. Beautiful. Nicki Minaj. I am larger, better than I thought. I did not know I held so much goodness. Walt Whitman. Note to self, you are amazing. Because you are. Let's just get a few more. That's two more. Let's just get one more. Thank you. Have faith in yourself. You're doing great. Truth. You are enough just as you are. And again, it says Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. But how old is she? Because I'm certain that is a quote from Bridget Jones's diary. Am I wrong? You are enough, just as you are. Bridget Jones. I'm telling you, Mark Darcy. Anyway, I'm certain that's what he says. No, you're enough, just as you are. Not skinnier, not this, not that, just as you are. Anyway, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Positivity, confidence, and persistence are key in life, so never give up on yourself. Khalid, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Anyway, my friends, that was your reading. Again, I missed you yesterday. I was happy to spend time with you today. Thank you if you're someone who spends this energy exchange with me. It brings me a lot of energy as well. And I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will see you tomorrow, my bestie. Bye.